Okay, I keep playing Aether and Iron. This time I have to visit Scrapyard.
This is the closest to the burrows I've been in years. If I look off the edge, I might even be able to see where I was born. I keep my distance. The quartermaster wouldn't need my help if it were just a rogue scrapper or two. I've got to find the real problem, my real target.
Gia, what's that?
She points out the passenger window at the dark shape of a scrapper clunker, its burnished surface glinting as it swoops down to intercept us. Its markings, from grease-splashed like war paint across the hood to the scars and gouges of previous fights, suggest a high rank. That is who we're here to find. As the car pulls up alongside us, an even and untroubled voice squawks out at us.
Hello there. Looking for something, little bird?
He didn't open the dialogue by opening fire, so I take that as an encouraging sign. Nellie's looking at me expectantly. I better choose my words carefully as we pull over. You familiar with White Street's quartermaster?
Lutzko? Sure. He's the only man who puts food on my table.
He said scrappers like you were cutting into his territory down here.
And he sent you to come take care of me, did he?
A distorted, bitter laugh coughs out of the man.
Never did trust that old leatherback. So, he wants me out of the picture. Wasn't long ago he slapped this in my palm.
The scrapper leans out his window and proffers a folded piece of paper. I can see the quartermaster's stamp even before I grab it. It's a personal letter, promising pay for extra security for Lutzko's goods as they travel the beanstalk. Sneaky bastard.
You can say that again. Guess I've outlived my usefulness. Question is, what are you gonna do now?
His arm disappears inside his car again. No telling what he's got aimed at me behind that door. I decide the diplomatic approach is best. You let me keep this letter, and I'll let you be on your way. Fair?
Fair.
How are things groundside these days? It's been a while.
Same as always.
The bitterness in his voice betrays no lie. The burrows are still the same as I left them. Hot in the daytime, freezing at night. Harsh winds carrying skin-slicing dust. Short on clean water, fresh food, and hope. Some things never change. I still hang my boots out the window at night.
You really are Burroughs' kid.
The scrapper and I share a sharp-toothed grin, and I savor the puzzled look on Nellie's face. Guess we go our separate ways then.
Fine by me. You be careful out there.
His engine roars as he peels away, and I hear Nellie exhale next to me.
I don't think Mr. Quartermaster is going to be happy with us.
Can't please everyone, kid. The busted chunk of an island's underside rusts in the sun, laying precariously on a crushed tenement building. Broken detritus and snapped cabling hangs down close to the street.
Oh, this is perfect! See that? If that old Aether repulsor's not damaged, the parts could easily be repurposed for water filtration.
Once we're parked, she runs off and gets to work, untangling pieces of equipment, reaching up on her tippy toes to pull down bundles of wire. She turns back to me.
Well, start over there with the equalizer piping.
I can't fathom what she wants me to do, so I start tugging on pieces of scrap and hope for the best. My clumsy efforts shake loose a metal assembly, and it nearly cracks open my coconut.
If you don't know what you're doing, stay out of the way. I'll do it myself.
I wait by the car till Nellie comes over with an armful of useful parts. She gives me a glare, and I can't help but feeling like I'm back in primary school. At least it's only my pride that took a beating this time. There's no mistaking the throaty grumble of a scrapper rig on the prowl, all sizzling oil and sparking ozone. Many scrappers are perfectly decent people just trying to survive. I can tell without looking that ain't the case with this one.
Couple of floaters all alone, eh? Easy pickings. Hey, we staked our claim on this scrap.
Too bad. Finders keepers, pal. You all right?
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. You grew up with those people?
A different time, kid. A different life.
And let's equip this small storage compartment. This will increase storage by 4.
We can repair our vehicle here or buy some parts.
let's empty my storage. Okay, let's leave.
For a moment, I think I'm seeing things. Looks like a scrap pile is moving all by itself. Until I spot the dark shapes of street urchins on its surface, like flies gnawing a steak left out in the sun. Hey, seen anything around here we could use for water filtration?
I'm not sure they'll be familiar with that sort of terminology, Gia. What?
You mean like mechanical or fancy carbon type? Ain't seen none today, but Spunky found a whole box of rubber flanges yesterday. No cracks or nothing. You want it?
I'm too busy enjoying the shock on Nellie's face to notice the White Street Patrol car pull around into my blind spot.
You ain't authorized to be here.
I'm here on official business. Quartermaster's orders.
And we're supposed to just take your word on that.
If you want to take care of the scrappers for me, I won't complain. You kissed your wife goodbye this morning, right? His eyes take on a thick, glazed look as he processes this. Then he turns his bovine gaze to the urchin.
Give her what she wants.
Oh, what? This is our scrap. She gotta pay.
Now, you little puke. And not another peep out of you.
The guard watches as the kid spitefully hands me the part and turns to spit on the ground. I give them both a wink as we drive off. Not what the Aetherians are looking for, but worth a penny or two.
This is wait for. And I cannot equip this one. Anyway. Let's sell old part.
Intelligence officers swarm every path out of the scrapyard, their black uniforms dotting the landscape like spots on a coal-black Dalmatian.
There's so many, Gia.
There's no getting through that without staining that dress of yours. We'll have to go back to Pitt if we want out of here alive. When we pull up to the quartermaster's office, there's a troop of secret police attending Lutzko and Pitt inside. Neither one looks pleased to be sharing the same air with the other.
I suppose this is what they call the moment of truth?
You suppose right. How do you want to play it? She looks surprised, as though she didn't expect me to source an opinion. You want to learn how things work in the lowers, Doctor? There's the tough choice and the tougher choice. So choose.
Well, as I said, I'm not exactly well-versed in White Street military politics, and I've only gathered minimal data on the relevant parties so far. There are other considerations, too, like...
No, you're overthinking it. What does your gut tell you?
It tells me we should help the quartermaster, even if times are tough for Alexander and Maria. I can't see them improving if that pitman takes control here.
She's not wrong. But she doesn't know the kind of suffering a man like Lutzko can cause, even if he means well. She's never lived a life where you can happily choose a pit, knowing at least there'll be food on your table. No easy way out. There never is. I open the door to the office, and the Whitecaps look up expectantly.
Ladies, you're back. I was just...
Ah, the Randazzo sisters. How very good to see you again.
Your quartermaster here has been hiring help from the burrows, using scrappers as personal mercenaries.
I see. And do you have any proof to support such a claim?
I hand him the scrapper boss's letter, which he reads swiftly and without any apparent satisfaction. He toots, shaking his head in exaggerated disappointment.
Oh, Theodore. Dear, oh dear. I'm afraid this won't do it all.
Then he snaps his fingers, and one of his cronies cuffs the quartermaster. The king of the scrapyard is led out in irons, disgraced before his entire realm. Lutzko squints in Pitt's direction as he's ushered past.
Just throw me over the railing, why don't you? Less paperwork that way.
No, Sergeant Major. When you fall to your death, it will be with a hood over your head, a blessing from the chaplain and all your brothers in arms in attendance.
The goons pull him away without another word, leaving me and Nellie in the whistling wind of the high platform, unsure whether what we just saw was justice or tyranny or neither. I catch Nellie's whisper at my shoulder.
Gia, did we do the right thing?
You ask me, his death warrant was signed before we got here. I'm more worried that someone like Pitt knows our faces now. We'll have to be careful in White Street from now on.
Okay, another level up. This time, And I like this one.
Pitt's looking at me and Nellie like a father watching his kids open gifts on Christmas morning. His satisfaction is nauseating.
I must congratulate the two of you for your service to White Street today. Here, this is your due reward for your dedication. Let it never be said I'm not a generous man.
He winks a hooded lid, and I taste bile in my throat.
What's going to happen to Mr. Lutzko?
Oh, that's none of your concern, my dear. This operation will be turned over to my control.
And the Aetherians? They'll get the supplies they need?
Your sympathy is touching, Miss Randazzo, if misplaced. Don't fret. I'll be sure everyone in the district gets exactly what they deserve.
He flashes a grin that says goodbye in a language that needs no interpreter. I manage to jerk out a curt nod as he walks off. Those look like good parts for the Aetherians. Nobody around to miss them. Like his scrapyard, the quartermaster's in a perpetual state of activity. Maybe a nice turkey club once in a while might have resulted in fewer gray hairs for the old soldier. The quartermaster's old mahogany desk boasts a conspicuous drawer with an ornate lock. No key in sight, though. No need to steal from the quartermaster today. I'm running with too much heat, and with a fever like this, I can't risk spreading it to Alex and Maria. We need to pull over, lie low, and let the Whitecaps move on. There's a place nearby.
Ooh, a safe house? That's so exciting! We're like spies or undercover agents. I'm not tired, so I can take first watch if you need a nap. Though I don't have a gun. Do you have an extra?
Kid, if we need guns at a safe house, it's not doing its job, and we're in a world of hurt. You read my mind, kid. It's a grubby ground floor room in an abandoned tenement. The building's ghosts peer out at us from the woodwork. I see Nellie dodge a shattered light fixture, tiptoeing around the glass shard.
This is the place?
You were expecting the Ritz? It's quiet, kid. That's what counts. The minutes bleed together as the lights outside trace an arc across the floor.
Is it safe now? Can we leave?
Yeah. Drink it in, kid. We won't be seeing this place again. I'm running with too much heat. And with a fever like this, I can't risk. We need to pull over, lie low, and let the Whitecaps move on.
Ooh, a safe house! That's so exciting! We're like spies or undercover agents. I'm
Kid, if we need guns at a safe house, it's not doing its job.
So we cannot visit safe house again.
You read my mind, kid. It's a grubby ground floor room in an abandoned tenement. The building's ghosts peer out at us from the woodwork.
This is the place?
You were expecting the Ritz? It's quiet, kid. That's what counts. The minutes bleed together as the lights outside trace an arc across the floor.
So, even though difficulty is very hard, let's poke around for anything valuable.
I'd say the place had been picked clean, but there's nothing clean about it. It's empty and spent.
Is it safe now? Can we leave?
Yeah. Drink it in, kid. We won't be seeing this place again. The quartermaster's old mahogany desk boasts a conspicuous drawer with an ornate lock. No key in sight, though.
Okay, let's try this one later.
No need to steal from the quartermaster today. The checkpoint's still abuzz with angry White Street wasps, their stingers twitching in search of some flesh. Traffic grinds to a stop. Soldiers and intelligence. Intelligence officers are casing each car for contraband. After a terse chit-chat with a few guards, liberally aided by Nellie's sweet smile, they wave us through.
Open the gate. This one is free to pass.
Somehow, the place looks even rougher than it did only a few hours ago. There's a pall in the air as thick as the smog. Alexander and Maria catch sight of us and head over, dropping the goggles from their stained faces and treating us to some weak but earnest smiles.
You're back. Do you have what we asked for?
I'm happy to say we were able to retrieve some excellent parts for you. Here you are.
The kid magnanimously hands over the scrap, with all the pomp of a mayor handing out the key to the city. I can do you one better. I hand over the extra parts we managed to scrounge up. Maria accepts them graciously, and Alexander puts a hand on my shoulder. His dirty cheeks are already lined where he's been crying.
I can't tell you what this means. Things have been hard. Our nephew,
His words freeze in his throat, and Maria puts a consoling arm around him.
Thank you, Gia.
And our deal?
We're true to our word. Poppers spotted a car matching your description by Hero's Arch, past the commercial district at the island's edge. Should still be there. I should tell you, though.
It's all right. Thank you. Next to me, the kid is wilted like a balloon with all the air let out. Her pretty little life in the Heights hasn't prepared her for this. She's had a double shot of reality, with no chaser.
Here, we want you to have this. It's not much, but you really stuck out your necks for us, and we look after our own.
Thank you, and good luck.
To you as well.
He bites something back, tight-lipped, but his eyes say it all. Usable scrap wasn't all we gave them today. We reminded him that not all outsiders are pinstriped jackals with a pen in their hand and gold in their smile.
Yeah.
The quartermaster was arrested on our way back.
Bastard finally got what he deserves.
It was so sad.
Don't waste your pity on him. Down in the tomb, he'll be in good company. Shoulder to shoulder with all those he's had a hand in sending there.
But Alex, that means...
Eli's secret police are in charge of the scrapyard now.
It's not good news and it's not bad. Sure, Pitt and his pals might run the trains on time, but nobody's stupid enough to think life will get any easier for these folks.
I'll go tell the others.
Just so you know, we spotted a few vultures circling the scrapyard. Secret police types. Guess they had their eye on your quartermaster. And I guess they got their man. You won't be seeing him again. A strange aura of disbelief washes over the two Aetheniers. The shadow that had darkened their lives and the lives of so many others had finally dissolved.
Eli's an evil, paranoid man. But
Alex, that means...
his secret police are in charge of the...
It's not good news, and it's not bad. Sure, Pitt and his pals might run the trains on time, but no...
I'm going to tell the others. They'll want to know.
Take care out there.
I'm doing well, keeping a low profile. But today it's not enough. A White Streak guard flags me down and flashes his lights. I pull over and a young, self-important whitecap approaches my window. What seems to be the problem, officer?
Don't play coy, miss. I just saw you toss something out of your vehicle. Was that a cigarette butt? Contraband?
He hooks a thumb through the belt loop of his trousers, smug as a schoolyard bully.
You'll have to pay the fine on this here ticket or we'll have a problem.
I give the guard a cursory look. He rocks back on his heels absent-mindedly. Slinging tickets to fill a quota's gotta be a dull post. And if I had to guess, this guy's way behind. Slow day, huh?
What?
That's why you're stopping me. Gotta fill that quota no matter what, right?
I'm not sure I like what you're suggesting, miss.
I flash the officer an easy smile and give him a small shrug in response. I get you've got a quota, and I don't envy you for it. Bet General Eli doesn't appreciate how hard it is to hand those out when it gets quiet out here, huh? His tough guy act melts in an instant, faster than ice on hot pavement.
Actually, never mind. You're pretty sharp, and you're not wrong.
Take it from me, pal. There's still trouble out there if you're looking for it. But all the same, I'd appreciate not paying a fine for trouble I wasn't in.
That's plenty fair. Sorry about the stop, miss.
No harm done. The officer jogs back to his cruiser with his tail between his legs. Looks like I'm free to go. My whole livelihood sits there abandoned, abused, and torched beyond recognition, kept company only by effigies to the long dead. The smell of my burnt future still lingers in the cold air.
So, this is her car.
Oh, Gia, your car! I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
The vandal who took my car apart was more butcher than surgeon, ripping out the hidden compartments and leaving a gaping hole where Nellie's briefcase had been stored. Kid. She runs forward, hoping that every desperate scavenger in a 5-mile radius had somehow missed the briefcase. They hadn't.
No!
I suddenly feel like I'm outside my own body, looking down from above at this odd, tawdry sight. A scientist and a smuggler, hunched over the gutted corpse of a flashy import roadster. Ain't a comic panel been printed with a scene as strange as this. I nudge Nellie, motioning for her to follow me towards the edge of the island, overlooking the lowers. Crumbled remains of White Street's last purge. In the red flash burn when I shut my eyes, and the ozone stings in my nostrils, I feel history repeating itself. You almost got us out of this hellhole, baby. Looks like I'm hitching the rest of the way. I can't bring our baby back, but maybe I can do the next best thing. I dig through dirt and ashes and grease. The metal's gone cold and the cavity's gutted. I start to give up hope when I find a miracle hidden behind the tank, like opening a burnt door to find a room still intact. Among the forgotten and decayed, I almost dismiss the rotting crate as another corpse, until a glint of light calls me. Colored glass peeks through the gaps, and not the kind you usually find in White Street. I lift the crate. Waterlogged wood and molding straw fills my lungs. While fighting for air, I feel the bottom of the box open beneath my fingers and make a catcher's save. Safe. She somberly shuffles over before taking a seat next to me. Our legs dangle over the edge like a set of old, tarnished garden chimes.
I thought it'd be beautiful up close. Is that silly?
Huh?
The well. I've seen it so many times from the Institute, obviously, but I thought when I came down in person... I don't know. I guess I expected something different.
In the lowers, kid, things rarely go the way you expect. We gaze out at that hateful storm cloud, and I realize I do see a sort of severe, intense beauty in it. Like the ocean, maybe. Or what I imagine the ocean is like up close. What is it, anyway?
The well? It's a unique gravitational phenomenon. I theorize it's a byproduct of excessive industrial aether production, but the data is still unclear.
Punishment for our sins?
Last week, I would have scoffed at that. Today, I don't even know what I know anymore. Maybe it is.
Look, you can't carry the world on your shoulders, kid. We do what we can, and when we can't anymore, well, there's always wind skipping. She turns to me, confused. I reach into a deep coat pocket and pull out a handful of flat stone shards, eyeing them for the proper shape and size. My Zio taught me, when days were bad or boring or too hot or too cold or too anything, we'd throw stones together. The trick is to time it with the updraft. Watch this. Last time I did this, Needles and I were fighting again. Couldn't hurl a rock at his smug face, so the empty sky had to do. Neither of them deserved it. A soft fragrance fights past the breeze, and I realize the girl's wearing perfume. Vanilla and rose. Height smells, as foreign down here as good dentistry or hope. I feel a weird surge of pity for the poor, pampered kid, and a tiny acid kick of jealousy. The shard arcs into the air with hope, but plummets into a heavy descent. Nellie stifles a soft laugh. Small as it is, the gray skies over White Street seem grateful for that little spark of joy. The shard catches the wind and flies into the sky before disappearing into the noise of the city. Nellie's eyes brighten. Nellie takes a few stones from my hand, giving them a clinical eye. She winds back for a throw, but hesitates, glancing over at me. I mime a proper throw, flicking my wrist so she can copy me. She follows my lead, practicing a few times before tossing it into the draft. It ain't much of a throw, but I have to hand it to the kid. She times it perfectly, and that stone flies better than any bird.
Well, what do you know? I do feel a bit better.
See? Nice throw, kid.
Thanks! Not that difficult, once you factor in mass times force. Accounting for the wind, of course.
All right, easy there. You ain't pitching for the Metromaniacs just yet. We sit in silence a little longer, before the wind begs me to say something. What's so special about that briefcase of yours?
Oh, I've been tracking the growth patterns of the well for some time. Recently, the etheric charge in the storm band spiked, building in both intensity and atmospheric disturbance.
I shift my weight into her shoulder, rolling my head and then my eyes. Come on, kid. You going to bore me to death after a day like today?
Something recently made the well stronger. Much stronger. If I can stop that, I might be able to stop the well from consuming the lowers altogether.
You're serious, aren't you? You really think you can fix it?
Yes, but without my notes, I'll have to start again, collect some more data. I remember most of the model, but recreating some of the theorems will take time.
Well, that settles it. We're not done yet, kid. Those notes of yours, pretty sure they were taken. And I'm not going to soil my reputation by losing a client's property. We just need to fix up our clunker to find them.
Oh, you mean it, Gia? That's wonderful news. Thank you, but we need something better than clunker. She's going to help us save the lowers. She needs a real name.
She does look like a block of cheese. Or a sponge. A honeycomb, maybe? I can see her gears spinning up again, and I decide to let her run. We could both use the distraction.
I like that part.
There was this minor character in Pirates. Not a great comic, but he drove a beat-up car called the Zapper. It always arrived late, but no one could stop it when it showed up.
The Zapper. That makes us comic book heroes. Am I the sidekick? Or maybe you're my sidekick. We could just both be heroes? I like that better. You think they'll ever write books about us?
As we stand under the gloom of the well, the world somehow manages to look just a tiny bit brighter.
I think your uncle was right earlier. The wind skipping did help. Thanks, Principessa.
Trying out a little Italian? We'll work on it. Something easier.
But you call me that. I should be able to call you something.
I've already got a name, kid. But let me know if you think of anything. Let's head home, kid. I'm getting used to Zapper's quirks, namely compensating for her disastrous alignment when I hear a sharp intake of breath from Nellie. My eyes dart to the rear view and I see him again, that tall, rangy shadow, riding hard towards us like a bandit in the night. The shadow pulls up next to us, and I'd swear on Zio's headstone I feel the temperature drop. His gaze is flint and his smile is poison. I squeeze the wheel to steady myself.
I've been awful rude. Never introduced myself. Name's Tobias Dufresne.
Didn't ask, Slim. You got about 3 seconds before I ram you into a building.
Leave us alone!
Be glad to oblige, Missy, but I'm being paid handsomely to bring you back home, and I aim to earn my pay. Come along now.
Like hell.
You there! Disperse immediately!
Here's your chance to run.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
It was you. You torched my car.
Precious to you, was it? I expect little miss was hoping to get her papers back, too. Don't worry, darling. They're in good hands.
Wait, my research? Give it back! And that's doctor to you!
Apologies, but if you won't come quietly, well...
I said disperse! Final warning!
beat me that easily. This isn't over.
That's it. You're under arrest by order of General Tillinghast.
Damn it, soldier boy, get out of my way.
Now's our chance. The Whitecaps jump on Dufresne's sleek Corvette like a drove of starched pigs tackling a raven. While the bullets and cuss words fly, so do we. And he clocks our escape with a furious shout.
You ain't seen the last of me, you hear? I'm coming for you, Miss Doctor.
I better let Cress know what happened to the Chimera. Cress greets us, shoulders square, arms crossed, a woman bracing for impact. She must have figured something was wrong when I didn't pull up with our baby.
You find her?
She was gutted. Nothing left to salvage. Expecting the hit doesn't make it hurt any less. Her shoulders fall.
It was awful. Ugh, she was an incredible machine. I've been in Heights cars with brace staplers that weren't as well optimized.
Is this that ray of sunshine that's been following you around?
Yes, hello! I'm Nellie. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. All good things, of course.
Oh, so Gia's been lying.
But Gia didn't say you were a mechanic. I thought Lowers Islands didn't allow their Aetherians to work on the surface. Or is that how it works in the hull?
The kid's stepping into a minefield. Cress talks as much about her personal life as she talks Bavarian politics.
Sorry, I'm not breaking my back crawling the tunnels to keep you afloat.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I take it back. This is my first time in the Lowers, and I didn't expect to meet so many Aetherians.
Don't you know? We breed like rats down here.
The kid looks on like she's ready to start taking notes.
The hole's not like other islands. No free homes, no rats under contract. You need a generator looked at, you pay me like anyone else.
Don't worry, I won't be a bother. I'm certain I can find my way around a generator. Oh, but I hope it won't be any trouble to ask about the output capacity. I can pay you a consultation fee once I have the funds. Unless you accept coffee.
Stick around a month. I'll think about it. And I take cash.
Cress is playing it softer than I expected with the kid. The first day I walked in here, I was lucky to get away with my jaw intact.
So, the Chimera's gone. Looks like you're stuck with that bucket of bolts.
Sapper is not a bucket of bolts. She's a ride for heroes. All she needs is something to maximize her acceleration output.
You named her. You gonna get attached to every lost cause you come across now?
If they're gonna call us pirates, might as well christen our little sloop to match, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, all that hunk of yours really needs is a tune-up, a fresh set of repulsors, and restitching of the upholstery.
At a minimum. And she's not the only one who needs to get back in real fighting shape, Cress. My rep's in the gutter, and I need cash.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for?
Got anything for a little more protection? Honeybee can take some fire from street-level punks, but I wouldn't trust her in a serious dogfight.
The chassis is shot to hell. You're gonna want some serious armor plating to reinforce it. I'm out of anything at the level you're asking for, but if you bring me the plates, I'll get them set up for you.
Think Tiana has anything?
If you're willing to pay an arm and a leg.
Fair enough. I'll stop by Pier 6. You happen to know of any jobs?
I got something, but it doesn't pay much. More of a personal matter. If you want real money, you know who you'll have to talk to.
No, Needles is off the table.
Needles? Is he bad?
He's nobody. Just another smuggler I used to work with. We had a falling out on our last job.
Just another smuggler who owes you big? He recently set up shop in the Raymond district. Not struggling for work either. You need a lead on jobs. He's who you need to talk to. Least he can do.
I haven't seen Needles since Zio died. Haven't wanted to. Too many bad memories. But Cress is right. I need the money. And a job's a job, even if it's from him. You said you had a job? Something personal?
Yeah, but first, tell your client to go bother someone else.
Oh, no problem. Don't worry about me. I've been wanting to look at these Aether lifters you got stacked up over there. It'll be like I'm not even here.
I heard about what you did for the Aether rats in White Street. Thanks.
They dealt with me fairly, and your advice was, if I recall correctly, to not be an ass. So I wasn't.
So, you wouldn't say no to another job for them?
Depends. You said yourself the pay's nothing to write home about.
We got some scratch saved up. A sponsor's covering the rest.
Sponsor?
They're good for it. I'll vouch.
Look, Cress. I don't go into a job blind. Give me some.
I can't. You want the job? Those are the terms.
I get an uneasy itch. No client in my line of work is ever exactly forthcoming, but without a name or face, I got nothing to check my gut against. Nothing except Cress's word. Fortunate for both of us, that's enough. As long as it'll help build up my rep, I'm in. What's the job?
I need a getaway driver. We're breaking rats out of the tomb.
If Cress is trying to make a joke, it's a poor effort. No one escapes that upside-down prison. Not alive, anyway. At best, you get to enjoy 10 seconds of freedom before you give the Earth a goodbye kiss. Barons usually leave rats to the terriers. Why'd General Eli bother to lock him up?
He's a paranoid tyrant. He doesn't need a good reason to keep you in a cage.
I just want to know what sort of people we're helping.
Good people. There was a wasting outbreak in White Street. Rats thought it had something to do with the water shortage. Eli didn't like them talking, so he put them where no one could hear them.
No one escapes the tomb, Cress.
Maybe Eli shouldn't have locked up the same people who keep him afloat. My people have a way into the garbage system and the trash chutes that lead outside.
And
we're going to take out the trash.
So, what's my part in this? I've seen you steer out of gravity slips like it's nothing. You're plenty capable of it.
It's a two-person job. I'll drive the barge there, but I need someone to keep unwanted eyes off us along the way.
Who's this mysterious sponsor of yours?
Gia. If I could tell you, I would. Don't push it.
Come on. Anyone with the cash to spring a bunch of Aether convicts out of the tomb is blowing that money on diamond jewelry and nightclub tabs. You really want me to believe this is a charity case?
I don't care what you believe. The money's good. That's all you need to know.
I knew from her blue-hot glare I'd pushed her as far as she would go. Doesn't matter. One way or another, I'll eventually find out who's holding the bag. Okay, Cress. I'm with you.
Good. Only certain barges with military clearance are allowed near the tomb. I got one lined up. Let's meet there first.
The tomb's crawling with whitecaps. They're not just going to let us drive up and make off with a bunch of convicts.
That's where you come in. I need someone who can get physical when the time calls for it, or keep me from being seen.
Like old times. We haven't done a job together since the carnival.
Yeah, well, I've been busy. And let's make sure this job goes better. It took me weeks to get the smell of wet lime out of that car.
So, our first companion cannot learn hustle talents. Maybe Gia needs to focus on hustle talents. Anyway, Cress will learn these two talents because vehicle types, she can drive is flatbed now, and flatbed has only one weapon. And 3 slots for auxiliary parts like welding arm and welding arm repairs. So Cress is a healer. And to repair, she must be close to a friendly vehicle. So she can activate this passive regularly. And this one also. So Cress will learn these 2 talents. Okay. And this flatbed has more weight allowance than Zappa. So I move small storage compartment to flatbed. Let's see what happened. Okay, nothing lost. Let's change. Repulsors. Yes. And store this caltrop and the repulsors. Looks like I'll have 2 more companions in one party. Okay. And I'll sell this one right away when I have chance. In demo, I just scrap these parts, but I don't think I need scrap anything for now because I have enough scrap metal. I need dollars, I think. Okay. Will learn this talent first. Yes, these talents. Okay. I'll choose talents for Cress in my next video. So, see you next time.